Hi there, this is Tracy.
And I'm Lieselle.
And today we are going to do what we have been doing for a few weeks together. For those of you that don't know, Lieselle is my ex-narc's new ex-supply. So we have just been sitting here talking, and she's got a quote that she's going to read for you, and then we're going to discuss it and see if it is relevant for you.
Yeah. So this comes from a wonderful little book called 1,000 Little Things Happy, Successful People Do Differently. And it's by Marc Angel Chernoff. And I found quite a few gems in here, but this one I love, and it goes like this. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. The past is a good place to visit on occasion, but not a great place to stay. Don't sit around trying to relive or change your past when you have priceless moments unfolding in front of you and your entire future to look forward to. What do you reckon?
I like it. I like it a lot. I think that we can get stuck so easily in the past.
So do you reckon that, why do you like it besides the fact that if we don't want to get stuck in the past, why do you like it? What is positive about it for you?
It's tomorrow. Tomorrow's all that we can control. We can't control yesterday. We can't control 15 minutes ago. In fact, when we try to control things, it doesn't always go so well, does it?
No, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. I think what I love about this one is, and I love it because for many of my years as a kid, I was a real warrior. Like I used to worry a lot, and I used to worry a lot about, not so much about things that had happened in the past, and this is why this is also an awesome quote about living in the now, is that I used to worry about things in the future, about things that would or would not happen, or how I could affect things to change, or how I could make things happen. And what I love about this quote, and I'll say why I love it. I didn't read out the title. The title is Let Go of the Past and Live Consciously in the Present. But I think what's also important here is letting go of the future too, to some extent.
So important. I can't even tell you when you just said that, and we didn't discuss this before, but when you just said that, it really rung true in my mind, because I was always worrying about when I was going to retire. I was, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do there? How will I, live when I'm the age my mother passed? What will my life be? And it's actually, it builds fear, because I don't know what it's going to be. And therefore, you're fearful. And after having narcissists and divorces, you really begin to see that there really is no guarantee of the future. And so even if you've secured it in your mind, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. But I think living in that fear, it makes you make decisions, and it makes you make choices that you wouldn't have before.
Yeah. I think also, Tracy, I was just thinking while you were speaking there as well, is that I've heard a couple of little memes and quotes and sayings, and I'm not even sure who to attribute them, but they seem very applicable now. And the first one is worrying is an unnecessary form of planning. Because I'm a great believer in manifestation, you know that, and so I like to change that around and say dreaming is a fabulous way of planning. But there's a very big difference between dreaming and worrying. Dreaming is a fun thing to do, and it's also not attached to an outcome. It's just dreaming and having fun, and having that sort of playfulness about it. Whereas worrying does something to your body physically. It really does something to your body physically. Your adrenals, yeah, exactly. Your adrenals are affected. Your whole state of being, and you're worrying about something that you absolutely do not have control over whatsoever.
I know. What's the biggest thing that you've worried about in your life?
Oh my God, many, many things. But the first thing that comes to mind is not having a future partner, or not having somebody to be with, or being alone. Yes, even though, isn't it funny? I don't mind being alone, but it's that or being alone with myself at times. It's just that long-term thing of, oh my God, I'm going to end up alone. Oh. How awful.
And how about the old cat lady thing? Because I always worry. And that's why since my cat passed, I haven't gotten another one because I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, well.
I don't want to be the cat lady. And,
No, I want to be the
fear.
cat lady, but I do want to have like a human around as well.
Yeah, that's always
Yeah.
good. But I think
How about you?
I think, you know, my fears have changed over the years. My son going to college, how would he get through? How would we pay for it? How would I pay for it? You know, just a lot of planning that didn't really happen when I was younger. So that was a big concern. But he's just graduated and I did it. So I'm proud of that. But all those years of worrying about it, that didn't change
No, it happened, and there he is, and he's done it. And, yeah.
And I think just worrying about the future and security. I think that's always been a big thing for me. Is will I be okay?
Yeah, I get that one. I understand that too. That's you know that's always been an issue for me too. And but you know what? I have noticed is that worrying didn't change a damn thing. Mm-hmm. If anything, it made me a little chubbier, a little more wrinkled, and a whole lot more grey. Don't even ask. Seriously.
Yeah, I just don't think that worry does us. But how do you get rid of your fear? Because we all have different mechanisms, and some of us never get over the fear.
Yeah.
But I know that I've learned a lot, and I know that you have.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of ways that I look at it, and I sometimes have to have a little talk to Lieselle, and I think that my biggest, almost effective way of getting over fear, and I think we spoke about this a little bit, there's two parts to it. The first is choosing things from love of self, as opposed to the fear of not getting what you want, or the fear of losing out, or the fear of losing somebody. So making your decisions from a space of love for you. And the other thing is being mindful in the moment, enjoying the small things. Today we had this magnificent day where, let's face it, we had good company, we had great company, we had great food, we've had something to drink, we've been able to sit and shoot this video together, we've enjoyed a beautiful day here, and you know, we've been present in the moment. We haven't actually spent time worrying about what we're going to do or whatever. And what a blessed day. Let's face it, if we were to, God help us, be gone tomorrow, if we hadn't enjoyed this day, what a waste that might have been. You know, so I guess just the being mindful in what you have, or at least finding gratitude for anything that you have.
That's exactly the word. It was running through my head. Is so often we forget to you know, we, especially narcissist victims and targets, as I like to call us, we become the victim. We become the abused. We become the one that doesn't know what to do because she did this, did that, did this. It builds up inside of us, this fear, and it can make you sick. It can give you cancer. It can make you have every kind of disease that there is because you're worrying about tomorrow. You're not living today. Look around you right now. Look around. What went right today? That's all you got to say. Did you have internet? Did you get to go online and watch this awesome video? What went right? And just if it's just a sliver, just take that for today.
Yeah. Just
Tomorrow,
just one thing.
Something. Look up at the sky at night. Look up and if you got mountains like we did today, look at the mountains and be grateful that that is there. If you've got water near you, if you've got electricity, I mean, get down to some third world problems. People don't have the luxuries we have. They don't have heat. They don't have air conditioning. They don't have food. They don't have a grocery store down the block that they can pick out whatever flavor Pop-Tarts they want. We live in a different world, and so often all of that, including running water, is taken for granted.
Definitely. I agree with that completely, and I think that even if it's just, there's a beautiful saying. Oh, that's the thing I wanted to come back to as well. There's a beautiful quote. Again, I don't know who the hell it's by, but it goes something like this: "The sun always rises. The rest is just the weather." So, you know, at your core, you are love, and you are a connection to the divine, or to whatever you want to call your divine. And everything else that runs through your life, whether it's good or bad, is just weather. And guess what? Weather changes. Weather changes all the time, and that's a positive. You have the capacity to have a brilliant day tomorrow, if not today. But yeah, finding gratitude, I would say, in the small things or big things or whatever runs by is imperative.
And just loving yourself just enough to grant yourself that healing, and to unhook from the victim, take it out, throw it away, say, right now, right here, my kids are safe, I'm fed, I'm warm, I'm cold, whatever it is that you're looking for. Just look at those basic things.
Yeah. And again, I'm going to reiterate this saying, and I'm going to change it a little bit. So let go of the past and the future, and live consciously in the present.
That's what we're here to say for today. This is Tracy.
And Lieselle.
See you soon.
See you later. This is this marvelous book called 1000 Little Things Happy, Successful People Do Differently. And it's by Marc and Angel Chernoff.
It's a great book. I am part of their mailing list, and I strongly suggest that you join it, because every single day I get something that is inspirational, and it was on the coffee table, so she fell in love with it. So try and get that for yourself.
It's got a lot of goodness in it.